Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today was the third round of the Olympiad and the team A, Indian team, was paired against team Greece. So today I'm going to show you the game between the Indian Grandmaster Harikrishna Pentala versus Maestro Vasilios Dimitrios from Greece. Uh, this game happened in my favorite opening, that is Catalan. So let's start. White played the move c4, black played e6, knight f3, d5, g3, knight f6, bishop g2, bishop e7, castle, castle and d4, and at this moment the game gets transposed to the Catalan. Black plays c6. Here black can also take on c4, and that is one of the main lines, and that is known as open Catalan. And here black plays c6, this is closed Catalan. White played knight c3, and after knight bd7 white plays the move of queen d3. Now this move is recommended in the lifetime repertoire by Grandmaster Srinath. So this is very interesting move, queen d3. White supports the c4 pawn, he's ready to play e4. Okay, black plays the move b6. White continues with the move b3. This is quite natural, typical. White can develop his bishop on b2. It is supporting the c4 pawn. And black plays a5. Again, the normal way would be to continue with the move bishop b7 and rook d1, rook e8, bishop b2, queen c7, knight d2, and white is aiming for the e4 break. So in Catalan opening, this e4 break is very important for white. So game may continue like this, knight into e4. And to tell you, these positions are always slightly better for white, but black remains quite solid. In the game, black played this a5 move. This is also possible and good. And white plays e4. Now taking on e4 in this position, knight into e4, bishop b7, bishop f4, this position white is better, of course, and like black would like his pawn to be on a7. Now a5 doesn't fit into this structure, and it's kind of weakening black structure here. So a7 was better. So that's why after the pawn move a5, taking on e4 doesn't seem that great. In the game, black played bishop a6, which is a natural follow-up after a5. He is targeting the c4 pawn, putting pressure on it. White plays e5, but this allows the move e5, knight e8. This is very typical. Now white plays the move a4. So this is very important move from white side. Now black's plan in this position is to get the b5 move in. He will play the all preparatory moves like rook b8, knight c7, and he'll get b5, and he's getting some counterplay on the queen side. So for example, to show you, if other move, white plays some other move like h4, black can play b5, and already the c4 pawn is under tremendous pressure, and we can see that bishop on a6 will get activated soon, and we have our queen, rook on that same diagonal. So this is not good for white. So white plays a4 and tries to shut the b5. Black tries to prepare it with knight c7, and white plays the move rook d1. Now again, the d1 square is the natural square for the rook in this opening, because it prevents breaks like c5. Now let's see. Now this is very important position, critical position, difficult to evaluate and also to find plans for both sides. So we will look at some variations here. In the game, h6 was played, but let's see if he directly goes with b5. But this allows a into b5, c into b5, and knight into b5. So here white is just becoming a pawn. So directly b5 is not working. Let's say he takes on c4, but here white can simply recapture, and he is bringing his side pawn towards the center. Black has this interesting move knight d5. The c4 pawn is pinned, but white can simply continue with his development, bishop b2, knight b4, queen e2, and if c5 then d5, and white's position is great. White has pleasant position. So d into c4 is also not that great for black. One more try he can play is directly c5, but here it's very important to maintain the tension, and white can play bishop b2. no captures in the center are good for black. So if he takes, then we have knight into d4. Now you may be thinking like e5 pawn is hanging, but after knight into e5, queen e3, bishop f6 and knight c b5, white's initiative is unstoppable. As you can see, the bishop on g2 is quite active, putting pressure on d5 pawn, long diagonal. Bishop on b2 is well placed. The knight on b5 is on outpost. We can play rook c1. Both the rooks are on excellent squares. White has initiative in this position. So in the game, black continued with the move h6. White plays h4. Again, this is very typical move for white. Black played rook b8. Now b5 is a threat. In the game, white played the move bishop f4, which is also good, but the precise move order would be to play knight h2. And I want to show you a nice variation after this move. So black will likely play b5, and after a into b5, c into b5, I'll recommend to pause the video and try to find the good answer for white. And here comes a very beautiful move, that is knight into d5. After pawn into d5, white takes back c into d5, and white gets this huge pawn mass in the center, and white is better. Black pieces cannot move easily. They are restricted because of this great central pawn mass. Okay, but in the game, white played the move bishop f4, and finally black gets the b5. But it's little late, and white doesn't have that many pieces on that long diagonal. So we can take and play just queen c2, removing the queen from the diagonal. Black plays a rook c8. If he plays moves like b4, we can simply play knight e2, and we have a good plan for our pieces like rook c1, queen d2, knight h2 knight g4. So that's good. If he plays b into a4, then we can take back with knight into a4, knight b5. I think black should have played this move. At least here, black's pieces are a little bit activated. Okay, in the game, black played rook c8. White continued with rook dc1. Now c file is important for us. And yes, bishop b4. This is strange move and kind of a dubious move, I would say. Simply taking on a4 is great for black. Bishop b4. He is reducing one piece from the defense of his king. White plays queen d1, knight b6 and knight h2. So here starts white's great attacking plan. White is preparing knight g4, and he will likely sacrifice on this h6 square. So black takes on a4, knight into a4, knight into a4, b into a4. Now queen side has been opened, but there is nothing on the queen side. The play will continue on the king side. Black plays queen e7, knight g4, and black makes a blunder here. Now it is of course not that easy to see the great move in advance which Hari Krishna played in the game. Here black should continue with the move knight e8, and the idea is to cover the f6 square. So after bishop into h6, g into h6, the f6 square remains covered. In the game, black played knight a8. Maybe his plan is to play knight b6, knight c4, putting the knight on the excellent outpost. But here comes the sacrifice. Now bishop into h6 is the move, but still I'll suggest you to pause the video and try to find the full variation, winning variation for white. Okay, I hope you found that great move. So bishop into h6, g into h6, knight f6 check, king g7, queen g4 check, king h8, queen f4 attacking the h6 pawn, king g7. Now here you may have got stuck. How to continue? And without the next move, this attack is impossible. So the great move is bishop into d5. And the point is, if black takes on d5, the f5 square is now free. So after the move queen g4 check, king h8, queen f5, and the checkmate is unstoppable. So this was the point of bishop into d5. And if black is not recapturing, let's say he plays moves like rook h8, here we have a simple winning move like knight h5, king f8, and after takes on c8, we are winning the knight. Winning position. In the game, black played the move bishop d3 trying to control that diagonal, but after knight h5 check, king h7, bishop e4 check, it's already finished. Black resigned here. To show you the full variation, after king h8 we will take on c8 and knight f6, the mate is unstoppable. I like this game very much, and the very important thing about these strong players is, the important characteristics of these strong players is they don't rush. So in the game, first white neutralized black's counterplay on the queen side and then slowly developed his initiative on the king side, and later on also found that great tactics of bishop into d5. I hope you liked the video. Keep supporting. Thank you very much.